back. My guest is Mr. Femi Pedro, economist and banker and deputy governor in Lagos State between 2003 and 2007. Before we continue, another caller has come on the line. Good morning to you, Mr. George in Lagos.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to Mr. Pedro.
Good morning.
Uncle Yori, for every decision taken, there's always a consequence. If we have decided to remove subsidies, we must expect some consequences and some pains. So the issue, I'm happy that Labour in the first place have come to their senses, because they were the ones who caused the pains in the first place. Our OHF, Penkasan and TUC were there when thieves, the so-called thieves, have been stealing our crude oil. They connive with them, they don't say anything. The National Assembly removed a subsidy from the budget more than 6 months ago. Labour was there, they did not say anything. They were campaigning for a party. And that same party said if they win, they will remove fuel subsidy. They didn't say, and they were at the campaign rallies. Only for them to come, another person has won, and that person has implemented removal of subsidy. They are now crying foul. It was a political thing. I'm happy that they have talked to them and they listen that they have made a mistake.
Thank you.
But for the pains, Uncle Yori, it must come. And the management of the pain is what we should be talking about. If you look at it, after these pains, the gains, I'm happy you have an economist there and foresee things. The way the system is ordered, we have to, that one is a corruption. So there are other corruptions in the system that need to be addressed. Your guest is talking about.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. George. We lost him there. Yeah. But the things he was saying, Labour, the way he phrased it, Labour has said that.
Let's even move forward.
Let's move forward because
now.
Labour was talking about the need to stabilize.
Yes.
That probably is very important.
Yeah, very, very. Everybody has been saying that how do we cushion the effect on the poor? Mm. And a lot of people are impoverished over the last few years. So everybody is affected, a large number of people. And I've just mentioned to you that the bulk of the work is in the states.
That's right.
The state government have to rise to the occasion. They have to provide support for the poor in so many ways. Okay, they are also affected because budgetary constraints, they are a problem, but they have to lift themselves up. It's very important because the federal government cannot handle everything. Can only take care of what it could handle. Mm-hmm. The rest of the burden falls on the states and the local governments.
Okay.
In the short term, why this is happening. In the medium term, within the next 24, 48 months, President Tinubu's hand will be showing. We will begin to see the economy cooling off and getting energized. We'll be seeing things happening.
Because of the very things you've spoken about earlier.
And the way economy works is that confidence builds on confidence. When Mr. A is bold enough to take a step and bring money to invest, Mr. B in London is watching. Investors all over the world are looking for where to take money to.
That's right.
And they are looking for where the rate of return is high. And once they see that opportunity, they will jump at it. Whether you are black or white or yellow, it does not matter. Money is colorblind. And no amount of sentiment or preaching foreign investor come to Nigeria, they will not listen to you unless we solve those fundamental problems.
Okay. Abba, did I get that name right? In Benue, is it Mr. Amma? Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
Please, I want to contribute to this stuff.
Sure.
Fuel subsidy of the thing needs to go. Really, it needs to go. But see, we are not focusing on things that will now be a remedy for this subsidy of a thing. What is my contribution is this. I just believe that what should have been done is Look at the price of fuel now. What are DPPRA doing? What is their work? There are no regulations. Everybody sells at will. Go to supermarkets. Things we know that are produced here at cheaper price are sold to the public at exorbitant prices. Nobody is there to control anything. So even if the subsidy is removed or is not removed, people will still sell at will. I remember, even before the removal of the subsidy, people were even selling fuel at times 500, 400 at will. When they know that the other filling stations have no fuel, they sell it at the prices they want. So the government should be able to put on agencies on ground that will fight price control. That is just it. There's no need for saying there should be palliative. Make DPPRA or other government agencies that regulate prices come on board. And most of these things will be solved. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And then if I were to add to that, the fact that nowadays, I think the marketers' groupings have, commended very highly the fact that now NMPC will not be the sole importer. Yeah. Now, all of them can now search for. So that is also going to help, right?
See, economic principle is very powerful, whether in theory or in practice. It has been tested all over the world. Okay, a free market with certain controls put in place is the best form. You cannot control prices. If prices are high in the market, it's either because supply has reduced or demand has grown up, has grown higher. Equilibrium price will set. So when there's plentiful goods in the market, there's no need for anybody to control prices. Who control the price of gari or the price of yam or the price of bread? If you go to Sokoto today, you can buy a loaf of bread for 3 naira, and you come to Agege, you can buy it for 8 naira. Do you understand? There's no uniformity. It's demand and supply that determines it. Petrol is no different from bread. It's only because we use it to move around. Bread, we eat it too. Do you understand? Petrol seems not to have alternative, but driving vehicles has alternatives. So you can take a bus that's used diesel, or you can ride on a train. Do you understand? So the free market is powerful enough.
Let me bring in
Bolaji,
who has called in from Isolo. Good morning to you, Bolaji.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling in. Go right ahead, please.
Yori.
Yeah.
And good morning, Mr. Yori, and good morning, Mr. Pedro from
good morning.
No?
Good morning.
Yes. Yes. I appreciate what Mr. Pedro just said. That yes, the state government, they have a role to play. But yes, quite agreeable. But the local government also has to be looked into. You see, the local government should be involved. It's a third tier of government, right? And they are more connected to the masses, to the grassroots. The local government should be energized and be made more proactive in creating wealth. We all know they need to be involved in so many policies. We are saying it's a policy radicalization, it's policy energization. But the local government, they are more connected to the masses. To achieve this, we need to ensure that the caliber of people that heads our local government should be looked into. They should be people of quality and purposeful leadership. The federal government, the state government, and the local government, they should all complement each other. They should not work at cross purposes.
Well, thank you very much, Bolaji. Appreciate your call.
Thank you.
I saw you agreeing with him.
Yes, I agree with him. All tiers of government, all lands must be on deck, particularly at this period. See, energizing the economy will take a while. Damages have been done for over 50 years. To correct it will not be an overnight sensation. We'll have to be patient and support President Tinubu in his quest to rebuild.
But the work has to begin. And that is what Tinubu is about.
It has started already.
The renewed hope.
Yes.
That the campaign
from day one, from that day that is war. Yes. On hold. To do this and that, and he listed his priority. That is the beginning of the work. It's not hiding. He didn't come there to say, I'm for everybody, I'm for nobody. No. He's saying that this is what I'm going to do. And he said, I'm going to carry all Nigerians along. And he said that I'm not coming to dictate to you or to rule over you. I'm coming to serve you. So he said it.
That would require rational explanation,
yes.
which I think is what
yes.
the president
I just want Nigerians to have confidence and hope in this government and in this economy. When you think positive things will happen to you. I want us to lift up our spirit. I don't want this fuel thing to dampen our spirits. We are going on a bigger journey.
Yeah.
The fuel removal, subsidy removal thing is a minor issue compared to the enormity of what we are facing.
Well, when you say it's a minor issue, I understand you in context.
In context, yes.
In context. But
the people are feeling the pain. It's not minor to them. I understand that very well.
Exactly.
It's not minor to them.
You know, we're going to, this too will pass.
Yes.
As the...
Yeah, see, I don't mean to be cheeky.
No.
Let me just explain. I don't mean to be cheeky. The first day this subsidy was removed and the fuel pump price went from 165 to 488 at NNPC station, I sent my driver to fill up my tank. And it cost me 52,000 naira. And I parked the car in the house. I am serious. I just grabbed an old car, small car that I had before. You know, I inflated the tire.
Much more fuel efficient.
Very, very.
You know.
So lifestyle has to change.
Okay.
That's why they said that this subsidy, particularly for us that are in the upper class, we're the one benefiting the most. One person can have fleet of SUVs. Fill up the tank, drive everywhere around, you know.
So where do you put your brother who is the so-called poor man in Nigeria? He's a Nigerian too.
Exactly.
And the people like
so
that.
let that money go back to the Federation account.
Tony in Port Harcourt, good morning to you and thank you for calling in, sir.
Sorry, I'm not calling from Port Harcourt. I'm calling from Enugu.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry, Tony. So it is Tony in Enugu. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Yeah, please, I've listened to all the contributors before now, and again, they seem to be playing this ethnic stuff and all that. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress, they said they wanted to go on strike. It is like that everywhere in the world. If the government seems to be going outside what the people want, whether you're a civil servant or not. So, but some people are attributing it to the fact that Labour is probably the guy there is from one ethnic group or the other, and Labour is just that kind of a thing. But I'll have to advise. Now, the local woman or the man, the farmer in the rural areas, they are feeling this. Even if the Labour has come to say, okay, look at this, they're not looking at the fact that maybe it's a Yoruba man and an Hausa man that is there. Let us look at the substance of what they are talking about. Not going to play, or is it because this man is there?
Well, I don't know. I didn't want to interrupt you, but what you're introducing into it, it doesn't really matter who the leader of NLC is. He doesn't have to be of a particular extraction. Yeah. I think the connection is that Labour as a union campaigned and supported Labour, the party. That is the only, it's not a matter of the personnel. You get me, sir?
But some people are insinuating that probably because the man there, let me say it straight, the man there is Igbo and the Labour man is Igbo. That is why they are aligning to him. No. Of course, all of them said they were going to remove this.
It doesn't change the price of it.
Supportive of it. What's it called?
I hear you, Tony. I hear you, Tony, but you know, it's...
The point is, why don't we go it straight to say, one, let us do this to cushion the effects of this.
Yes.
That's what we will be talking about.
That's what they have
cushion the effect of a kind of palliative. Instead of, because this is to end in June. Why do we start it now? And you know these fuel sellers and all that. Once they hear, they'll hold it and maybe expecting one pronouncement. They will go up. I think that's what we should concentrate. Instead of all this, oh, Labour is this and Labour is that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for calling in, Tony. But I was a bit surprised, you know, by what you said, but I hear the perspective that you took. But I don't think anybody has brought out any ethnic aspects to this at all.
Like I said, money doesn't
head
know.
of labor could have been ethnic.
Money doesn't have color, doesn't know ethnicity.
Exactly.
Everybody is feeling the pinch.
I think the
from
only thing
all over the country.
Exactly. The only thing is that Labour did campaign for the party, and as was their right to do.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there.
But it has nothing to do with ethnicity.
I'm happy that they sat down with the current federal government. They are working, they are talking, they are dialoguing, they've come out with a communique, and they have listed out steps that they are going to undertake over the next period to alleviate the suffering and the pains the common man is going through. And that is a positive development.
Indeed. And you know, it's good that you sort of spoke about the difference between palliatives and interventions. You know,
intervention is policy driven. Palliative is dishing out something.
You know,
and if you look at the list of what Labour and the federal government agreed, many of the items there are actually interventions. We are going to intervene and bring back the compressed liquefied gas system, so that many cars can be converted to gas instead of petrol. We're going to increase minimum wage. We'll review that increase and see how it will help a lot of people. State government have been directed to go back and see how they will alleviate the pains that the people are going through. And there's so many other policy initiatives that will start rolling out from now on. And President Tinubu is very much aware of the pains people are going through. He's very much aware, so it's not lost to it.
As you said,
yes.
the damage has taken some time to
manifest,
manifest itself.
Yes.
And now, taking off on Tinubu's platform of renewed hope, you have said that, look, anywhere between 24 to 48 months, you begin to see an effect of a change of hand, so to speak.
Yes.
Because if the question, well, all presidents around the world, it's not just our president here, they always speak about wanting to work on the employment rate. The fact that
create jobs,
create jobs.
Yes.
I think Tinubu has said that he's looking to create 1 million jobs in the short term, and it can only get better from there.
Yes.
But very, very important, I think, is what you said earlier, which is that it's all, if we're going to bring, and the way you explain the interconnectivity between all of these things, and if we're going to increase our capacity, that's going to be because we are able to do much more work internally.
We need to put Nigerians to work. We need to create confidence in the minds of foreign investors and Nigerian investors to bring their money, invest in infrastructure, invest in industries, bring manufacturing plants back, get Nigerians, young people employed and engaged, pump money into this economy so that small businesses can have capital to grow and build themselves.
And power
is a factor. Power is a factor. The inflation rates will start to come down. Naira will start to strengthen. Interest rate will come down, and the economy will boom. President Tinubu said in his during the campaign that he wants to grow the economy, the GDP, by double digits. Let's even say 8, 9, 10%. 8% growth in GDP in 1 year is huge. Right now, we are growing at less than 2%. And our population is growing at over 2%. So we have to feed more people with less.
Let me quickly, Femi, let me sneak in Engineer Haruna. Good morning to you, sir. Quickly now, we're fast running out of time.
Good morning, Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling.
I'm speaking with you and Pedro. The fact remains that the labor union or the organized labor, they are doing this to their own benefit. I call it...
Please continue.
I call it a conflict of interest because we have been in this country for years now, and our four refineries have not been working. What measure, what strike, what protest have they done to make sure the refineries come on stream? And some of them are benefits, they are paying them heavily every month. I'm a player in the industry. And nobody should tell me that the subsidy is for the masses, for the poor people. No, they know what they are doing. He said that they are fighting just like the former speaker said, but because of their party, or they are fighting for their own interests, their pocket. You understand? We all know that if they mount pressure on federal government, the previous ones, maybe by now we'll have gotten our refineries working. And that is where the benefit for Pegasus is there. They are collecting salary every month, and you know the kind of salary they take. It's not 1 million, it's not 2 million. So what are we talking about? All they are doing is political, and they should go and rest. They should leave us. Let's see what President Tinubu will be able to bring on board for us. And again, Reverend Dominic, I normally listen to him. The way he's trying to compare Nigeria to other countries, we should not do that. There are no basis for comparison.
All right, I'm going to have to intervene there, even though I know there's a bit more. Thank you very much for calling in. I think we've got your point.
Yeah.
Femi,
the point is well taken. I'm happy that labor is on the table. So we should just not waste too much time talking about labor is on the table, at the table, talking.
Yes, right.
This is a good step in the right direction.
It is.
And so President Tinubu will not be distracted. He will face frontally the 10 fingers that I mentioned, and he will start to work on Nigeria. That is a bigger issue.
And these are different times, hopefully.
Yes.
With President Tinubu in place,
yes.
There probably is reason for hope to indeed
you can see between May 29 and now, there's confidence building. Even when prices went up, people are saying, let this man, let's give him a chance. Maybe he's doing the right thing. This is what previous government could not do. He's bold enough, courageous enough. That is the hallmark of effective leadership.
Indeed. Well, I think we're going to have to leave it here, Femi.
Thank you.
But I want to thank you very much, Mr. Femi Pedro, economist and banker, former deputy governor in the administration of now President Tinubu when he was governor. So once again, thank you very much for making the time for us.
My pleasure. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Our pleasure too.
It.
So, and there you go. So that's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.